So a few years ago, I was walking around in the woods. I don't know, over the course of a few years, and ended up coming across was like the almost, I mean, to me it's kind of perfect, but to somebody else it could be something else. But considering it came from nature, it was like the perfect kind of walking stick. It already had a natural, just a beautiful shape to it. And I rebuilt some of the handle here. I think that's just the way it came, right? So I built some of that handle back up. It's just kind of a, the design is just, it's more for the grip. You can grab it from here, you can grab it from up here. And what's interesting about this design is that actually fits very nicely into your hand. You know, some of these other ones they're either just like they're too straight, or they're like really like bent and stuff like that, which could be better depending who you are. Personally, I found this kind of design to be a lot better. There's just a couple of what kind of design elements I threw on there. And the other part that kind of gave this Woodsman walking stick was I brought these toggle inspired innovations and built it into the stick. So this serves as a bit of a cordage storage, and you know, your Woodsman type of tools and or you know, knife and stuff like that. Depends on what you want to do there, what your abilities are, and so forth. And so once again, I built this toggle inspired innovation into the very stick, so it serves as a place to strap that into. And on here, I decided to put a little quick release thing for a pair of gloves, which always come in handy at some point if you're in the woods. On the bottom, I glued these straps onto, and what that does is, well, like when you're walking in the woods and you come across some like thorny bushes or some kind of, you know, the brandle or whatever that it is, could be some burrs or something, and you just want to take, you look for something like a stick or something, and you want to clear that out of your way, right? You want to just push that to the side, right? And then you can like walk through. And I thought, hey, this will just give it an extra element of protection, like to the wood itself, where it can actually absorb a little more kind of force, right? You can give a gentle wax to some things in the bush and stuff like that. So that's what this, I've had this stick, this Woodsman walking stick, for years now. And finally, I was able to kind of take this to where I wanted to go, even though I didn't know at the time. And the idea just came to me a few days ago. It's like, hey, you should use your toggle inspired innovations and build them into the stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this for a moment, and I'm going to take all the stuff off so you can just see the stick itself. Okay, There it is with all the other stuff on there, without all the other stuff on there. And you know, it's up to you how strong you need that to be. You want to add glue plus the screws. I think this part, I just put the screws in here in case I did want to swap that out for something else. And this one up here, I made a little dovetail cut into the stick and actually glued and screwed that part on. So that's quite secure. And you know, for guys with more woodworking skills than you can possibly imagine more potential to taking your type of a Woodsman type of walking stick, hiking stick, walking stick, to the next level. So I thought this is a cool idea. You can use your actual walking stick to actually hold some of your, you know, your preferable belongings. You don't have to shove everything into your, you know, backpack and stuff like that, or it'll free up room in your pockets and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think the only other thing I forgot to mention was I did also do something on the bottom. It's not going to focus, but anyways, on the bottom I gave it a little layer of epoxy with a bit of some metal underneath it. You can use a washer, an old penny, or you know, just you need something kind of metal, I thought, and a layer of epoxy, and that'll protect the bottom from the elements and wearing out. So it'll give it a bit more longevity. Yeah. This and this piece of wood that I found, you know, I don't know what kind of, I don't, it's not like a particularly a hardwood. It's not like a maple or ash or hickory or something like that. But you know, if you find like this, the ideal shape in whatever wood it is, I mean, just that's what I did. And it's not as important as to what the type of wood is, or although, listen, if you get a piece like in the perfect kind of shape that you like, you know, hardwood, well, that's just a bonus, right? But for me, I thought the shape was just so ideal, and ergonomically and practically and functionally, you know, like perfect for what I had kind of thought of. So that is the Woodsman walking stick with the toggle-inspired innovations built into the actual stick. It actually also reminded me of an ancient Celtic kind of a carnyx. Used to be like a boar's head they would put on the top of like some poles. And it also reminds me of the draco, the ancient draco, which the old Dacians used to wave up in the air, as they're kind of similar to the carnyx, their ancestral kind of symbol. So it does have a bit of a kind of a carnyx and a kind of a dragon feel to that, eh?